is where MAGA comes to talk. You know, the Democrats, the liberals, the never-Trumpers, whatever these people want to call themselves, there's never been a time since 9/11, since the liberals have proven and don't stop proving every minute of every day for the last week and a half, going on 2 weeks, that they hate America. And it's so twisted, sick, and obvious with everything you see going on right now with the Democrats. Look at the Democrats, right? All the liberals in this country, and the media, trolls in the chat, all over the internet, everywhere, they are obsessed with blaming the United States for the bomb that hit that school in Tehran. They are just dying for some proof to come out to show that the United States bombed a school. Who the freak is an American who would want such a thing to be true? Now, if it comes out that it was a U.S. weapon that did it, it certainly would have been an accident. I saw one, I've been talking this week that a lot of the experts I've seen on X analyzing it say that the direction of the rocket came from the Iranian forces, and it's Iranian. They have some other reasoning too. But I saw one guy that had some interesting analysis. Now, if you remember, I was talking about, you see the rocket coming, and then it does like a 90-degree angle, although it was coming from the other direction, but it does a 90-degree drop right over the school. And I saw one guy who said there is a possibility that we were using our technology to jam the guidance systems of the Iranian weapons, and that some electronic weapon that we have caused the Iranian rocket to go down, and it just so happened to go down over the school. Maybe. But why are or maybe just the Iranians hit their own school and are trying to turn public opinion against the liberation of Iran and President Trump in the United States. But regardless of all of that, whether what happened, what was behind it, forgetting about that for the moment, why are the never-Trumpers and the liberals so excited at the thought that it might have been the United States that killed those school kids? What kind of American would want something like that to be true? Another thing that the liberals are getting all excited. By the way, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. On the next stream, I'll be in the studio live taking your calls. The other thing too, with the never Trumpers, the liberals, the Democrats, all these psychos, it was reported, and I don't know that this is true or not, but they're saying that 150 American service personnel have been injured in the Iranian fighting. Now, what injured means is very vague. You know, sometimes they say wounded, sometimes they say injured. It could be a paper cut for all I don't know. But the left are so excited at the idea that 150 U.S. service personnel may have been injured. Why are Democrats, why are liberals getting excited when there's good news in a war for the enemy? Can you explain that to me? I'll tell you why. Because the left are traitors. They're treasonous. They hate America. They want America to lose. They want America to fade away. And they hate this country. That's it. I mean, what other conclusion could you come to? So why do the liberals hate America so much? Now, that's the big question. Why do you think? Why do you think liberals hate America so much? This is one of the topics I'm going to cover on the program today. Why do the liberals hate America so much? Why are the liberals rooting for Iran to win this war? Anyone have any theories on that? Pretty crazy, isn't it? Absolutely it is. It is completely insane. By the way, those of you that are Patreon supporters, I have 2 new videos that are Patreon-only supporter videos. I put one up yesterday afternoon, and I just put a video up about 10 minutes ago for Patreon supporters. So, guys, check that out. There's a link to my Patreon page in the description of the video here. So why are the liberals rooting for Iran to win a war against the United States? Where's the sense in that? Because without a doubt, that's what they're doing. This is worse than after 9/11. On 9/11, a lot of Democrats were blaming us for the attacks, but they stopped like a couple days later. It lasted like 2 days, 3 days at the most, and then they changed because public opinion. But right now, the Democrats and the liberals, they can't get control of themselves. This Hate America First crowd is on Red Bull right now. But that's one of the questions I'm going to ask on the show today. And I'd certainly like to hear your calls. I'd like some liberal to tell me that hoping that we hit a school in Iran and kill children isn't part of hating America. It is insane. Absolutely. Crazy and scary. Well, that's the left. The liberals are insane. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. So that's one of the topics I'm going to cover today. I got a lot that I cannot believe it is Thursday already. I can't believe it. So I'm starting to get a little bit accustomed to the time change, finally. Are you guys? Alien intervention, I doubt that. It may be illegal alien intervention, has changed a lot of liberal opinions against this country because they've been so taken over by illegal aliens in their thought process. But it's one thing if they did some investigation and said, okay, a U.S. rocket hit the school, it would certainly be an accident. But what the Democrats are doing is it's wishful thinking. They want it to be true. The left want it to be true so bad that we hit this school. And no credible person would think that if we did, that it was anything other than an accident. Right? But that's how the liberals are, right? They're really rooting hard. The Trump derangement syndrome is so deep in their bones that they would rather the United States lose a war to a terrorist state, Iran, than Trump get credit for something with liberating the 93 million people of Iran. But the president said they no longer have a functioning government, that there's some people from the military still alive, and they're coordinating what's going on. I mean, give me a yes or no in the chat. Do you believe the liberals are rooting for Iran to win this war with the United States? Yes or no? Are the liberals rooting for Iran to win? I say yes. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's insanity. And they're so deranged, they're not even hiding it. They can't even hide it. They think that they look like some social justice warriors doing heroic work rooting for Iran. Yeah, look at that. It's almost 100%. I've never seen the left root against America in a war like this. I mean, they're just open about it. They're not even trying to walk the line and pretend that they're not. They just don't care. They're totally out of the closet rooting for Iran. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I think one person said no in the chat. So we're at 99% in the yes column. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Yes, they are idiots, no doubt. Like here, look at KC. Good luck with ground troops. So here he is rooting for Iran to defeat America in ground combat. What kind of psycho are you? What are you, Iranian? Are you in Iran? Are you in the Revolutionary Guard? Where are you, Casey? Your English is pretty good. So are you American, Canadian, Australian, English? What are you? This is what it is to be a liberal. You know, liberals are mental patients. It's what Michael Savage says. Liberalism is a mental disorder. And the left, I mean, look at the liberals in my chat room. They never miss an opportunity to show you that they're mentally ill. They never miss an opportunity. They always want to show it to you. Welcome. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Yeah, and again, those of you that are Patreon supporters, I put a video up about 15 minutes ago just for Patreon supporters talking about something I'm not going to talk about here. And I also put up a video, it was a live stream I did right before 5 a.m. today for Patreon supporters. And yesterday afternoon, I put up a live stream video for Patreon supporters, so check that out. That's right, proud Trump supporter. That's right, MAGA for life. Yeah, well, 80 wars. Well, is it that many? Okay. Well, someone's got to keep peace in the world. You know, the rest of the world is so chaotic and uncivilized. We've got to take care of business. But we are so lucky to be living through the time of Trump. This is one of my MAGA hats that President Trump has seen with his own eyes. I have a few that President Trump has seen. This one here, he's seen maybe half a dozen times up close, about 5 times as close as I am to this camera right now. So whenever I wear a MAGA hat that the president has seen up close, like this one, I always feel a little smarter. I call this the hat of wisdom, because Trump's gaze has seen this hat. So I feel like just a little bit of his intelligence was left behind through his gaze at the hat. So this is one of my hats of wisdom. I always feel smarter with one of these hats on. Yeah. I have a few hats that he's seen, including the autographed one, but this one he's seen the most. So this is the one. It's like that episode of Star Trek, Spock's brain. Ever see Spock's brain? Remember, McCoy puts the thing on his head, and then he can do all these things. That's what this is. The hat of wisdom. That's correct. Make America great again, baby. No, it's true. I feel smarter already. I've just had it on. It's Trekker, not Trekkie, by the way, Colleen. Trekkie is derogatory. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Yeah. I don't wear this one so often because I like to preserve it. But, yeah, this is definitely, I feel smarter every time I have it on. You would too, right? If you had a hat that had been seen by the president. A great speech the president gave yesterday, didn't he? Great speech. It was a great one. We're going to have more and more rallies. I know, happy Thursday. Can you believe it is Thursday already? Can't believe it. I know, it's not Trumpers. We call ourselves MAGA. MAGA. Make America great again, MAGA. Go enlist. I'm 54 years old. I'm beyond the maximum age to enlist. I don't think they would take me. Gosh, next month I'll be 55. Oh, my goodness. We have a 100% volunteer military. So, you know, it's truly amazing the success we've had in this war without any ground troops, isn't it? It's amazing. The American and Israeli technology blows my mind. These laser weapons that we're using are crazy. I saw a laser weapon that the Israelis used to take down an Israeli rocket yesterday on X. It was amazing. It's like space age stuff, man. And we don't even give them our best stuff. That's right. It's a good MAGA morning in America. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. See, you don't want, what in the Vietnam War, what they found is you don't want to have a draft. A draft, you want to have, like we have now, a 100% voluntary force. Because then you have people who want to be there. You don't want to draft people. Then you have people there that don't want to be there. That's not good for the war effort. Mm-mm. No, we would not have a draft. Against Iran? Are you kidding? They've already lost the war. Why would we have a draft? We haven't had a draft since Vietnam. And for us to have a draft again, the United States would have to be completely invaded and near falling. Liberals just throw these things out. The hate America first crowd, right? They're wishing for America's loss in a war. What does that say about you? My goodness, it's pretty twisted, isn't it? Well, that's the left. Liberals are twisted. They're sick. Very bizarre. So I'm going to cover that on the program today. This Iranian threat against California, we'll cover that. I got a lot to cover today on the show. Liberals are pathetic, Ashley Kelly. I agree. Liberals are pathetic. Mm-hmm. Yes. I will agree. Ashley Kelly says liberals are pathetic. I agree with that. You guys agree with that, yes? The never-Trumpers are pathetic. Yeah. But rooting for Iran to win. What kind of sick, twisted people are you? Why do they want it so bad to be true that we hit that school? Why do they want that to be true? Makes no sense whatsoever. Unless you hate America that much. And I guess the left do. All right, guys, I got to finish getting ready to go on the air. I'll see you shortly on the program. Make sure you subscribe. On the next stream, I'll be in the studio taking your calls. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk.